Hey, good morning, everybody. So I thought I'd just do a really quick trade recap from this morning. So I took my trade in SPY, and the whole premise of the trade was based upon the fact that SPY was weaker than QQQ. So if you look at the Qs this morning, it was trending up. But what was SPY doing all morning? Kind of nothing, right? It was just chopping around. So you have one that's heading up, the other that is just chopping, meaning that there was weakness. So we had strength, we had weakness. Here's the trade that I took. This one, because SPY was really hard to identify when I should go short, but I knew that this 603.35 was a solid level of resistance. So you could kind of see that they can't hold it, they can't hold it again. And as the day went on, I was actually at the gym right here when this one really printed. But here's what I did. I went short with SPY puts right here at this level. And you might be asking yourself, well, why did you go short here? Well, it was really simple. Confluence trading, right? I was in my channel for QQQ. I knew that this was the weaker of the two, and I was looking for this pivot to break lower to the downside. But I actually took my entry right here as we started to fail, right? So we're in a channel, we're trading below the channel, we trade up into the channel, they test the top of the channel, they push it to the bottom, they push it to the top. What do? They pushed it back down to the bottom. So when I got into my puts on this channel fail, I was looking for this to actually break and go lower. Ultimately, it did. But look what happens when the Qs break the channel. SPY breaks the channel even further. So look at this drop here compared to this drop right here. Which one is bigger? This one is bigger. Why was this one bigger? Because it was the weaker of the two. So we needed to lose some momentum here in order to, as I like to say, give this one permission to head lower. So I got in my puts here, looking for this to trend down. This clearly was the catalyst, even though it did push back up. Look at where we're pushing back up here. This is now failing the line. And then all it took was one more red candle. And as soon as we moved to the bottom of the channel, this thing dumped. And that's when I got into my profit target. I took profits right here. So why did I take profits here? Well, I knew QQQ was strong and I was looking for a bounce. And what did QQQ do? Once we got to right here, it kind of bounced back up to the overall target. And then it finally headed lower, but by then I was out of the trade. So as I always say, singles and doubles, confluence trading, which one was stronger? This one was stronger. Which one was weaker? This one was weaker. So look for whichever has the greatest weakness or the greatest strength to trade. Well, I already missed this trade. So what was I going to play? The weaker of the two. And that's how it worked out. So hopefully that helps. One other thing I noted, good old our friend Iceman posted his trade on Citigroup, which I do have a long position in. But I want you to pay attention that when you're trading individual stocks, I want you to watch these symbols down here at the bottom with news events, right? Excuse me. So you can see what's going on in the news as you're trading an individual stock. And you should be looking for things that could be a catalyst to the upside or to the downside. One of the things that came up with Citigroup this morning as it was trading near these 52-week highs of almost $73, there was a huge sell order that came in, or I apologize, a buy order for puts, like 9,500 puts of the December 20th 72 option expiration. And what did that do? When someone comes in with that huge of an order for puts, it scares the crap out of the market and then everybody sells. So when Citibank this morning was up almost 2%, right now it's flat on the day, it literally sold off. And that was actually flagged live while the market was open. So when we were getting up here toward these highs, there was this little alert that popped up and said there's news on Citi. And if you clicked on it, it went to Benzinga and said, look at this huge put order that was just entered. And therefore, what happened? Great opportunity to go short. Not taking any credit away from Iceman whatsoever. He had the perfect trade philosophy and setup as to why he took it. It was clearly overextended. And what you just need, guys, is a catalyst to push things to the upside or to the downside. So hopefully that helps. Good way to not only use Confluence Trading, but to also use news events that can allow you to stay in a position and prove your thesis right. So with that, it was a little bit of a more challenging day to trade the markets. But all in all, again, guys, no home runs, no grand slams. Let's just shoot for singles and doubles. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Talk to you soon.